discussion, and this is for the period March 29th through April 12th. We're going to look at the period for March 29th to April 2nd. As what we're forecasting here, the pattern remains the same. We have below normal heights much of Canada, Greenland, and the western states with a ridge here in the east. Now, the trough is forecast to move into the west with a zone of float above normal heights here. You can see across the eastern central states. Now, we currently have a mid-level low over eastern Canada, and that will send several short waves through the northeast. And we'll take a look at that at the surface. All right, we'll go here. Okay, here's one they're weak. So here comes one across here. This could bring some light snow, precipitation across the northern states. Here comes the next one, and then that moves through. Rain here across much of the middle Atlantic and the northeast. And this will carry as a trough over Gulf of Alaska digs down into the west coast. So that will bring that trough into the west. The southern ridge will slide into the east by mid to late week. That'll bring some hot temperatures across the southeast. We'll take a look at the temperature now. Look at these temperatures here, mid 80s here across. This is on Friday. We get some cooling here in the east, or in the west, that is. So you can see how we cool down. Then we go Saturday. It cools down here. The heat gets suppressed. We have some 30s here returning to parts of the middle Atlantic and the northeast. Then we go to Sunday. Then you start seeing the heat starting to build up here again. Upper 80s here across the plains. And then we go to Sunday. You can see how it starts going here, and then it spreads into the east. 70s, 80 here. Still remains relatively cool across much of the northeast. That's because those periodic systems will be coming through. Okay, we have severe what? All right, let me get through the forecast first. All right, and I'll get into that. This is for the period now for April 3rd to the 7th. Now we can see here that the GFS has a trough ridge, trough configuration. The European has kind of like the same thing, but a trough into ridge here, trough here across the northern states. And then we look at the ensembles. They're kind of similar. The ensembles are in good agreement with each other. They're not with their other operational runs. So for this forecast period, I am calling for below normal temperatures here with the numbers of 2 degrees below normal, above normal temperatures here with the numbers of 10 degrees or more above normal here. For precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence 35%. I'm not so sure about over here. I'd take a closer look at that tomorrow. Below normal precipitation for this region, probability of occurrence is up to 40%. We're going to look at the period now for April 8th to the 12th. And the GFS brings a trough into the east. So does the European. The ensembles still depict a flatter flow. So for now, I'm going to keep it like this. I'm calling for a little change in the temperature anomalies, and for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence 35%. Below normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence is 35%. Okay, we're going to get to the severe weather. We're expecting severe weather tonight. And we'll take a look at the maps here at what we're expecting. Okay, so here we're expected across the Midwest. So this will be into tonight. This is the wind shear. See where the wind shear is concentrated? Around here, this is the deepest shear. Now, we also will look at the total totals. And the total totals are here. There's a lot of instability. One thing we can look at here too are the dew points. Let me see if I can get a dew point map. Just bear with me a second. dew point map. We have to look at another model. Okay. Nope. Okay, let's see. Okay, maybe this would be good. So here we have the dew points where we have moisture here reaching the 60s here in some areas with the heating. This could cause some of the thunderstorm, but it's tapping in good moisture, but to the north it's not as good. So another thing we could look at here, I don't know if I have it on here. Let me get the helicity. Let me get the helicity. Okay, we'll look at the helicity, the amount of energy for these storms. See, along this line, this is where we're expecting the best moisture and the best instability. So we can take a look at our radar. This is the most advanced radar there is. See if we have any watches or warnings. Okay, we have a tornado warning here in Illinois, or Indiana that is. And we'll go and we'll look at that right now. Okay, so we have a tornado warning here in this area with this cell. And we have some, you can see a little bit of a rotation. There's a backward C here. So this tornado warning is in effect for northeast Hamilton County. Oh, that's been canceled. Okay, so much for that. We have a report here, quarter-inch hail. This is in Elwood, and we have a report here. Okay, that's the same report. Why is it still on here? We have a report of hail here, approaching an inch here across just west Thorntown. We have severe thunderstorm warnings here for Ohio, Hancock, Lucas, and Sandusky, and Michigan, Monroe, Indiana, Adams, Bladeford, and Williams. We'll take a look at a couple of these storms. All right, so we'll look at this one here, and this is in effect till 7:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for Boone and southeastern Montgomery counties. And then we have another one here. This has been canceled. We have a report here, a wind, 60-mile-an-hour winds, 3 miles west of Frankfurt. We'll take a look at another severe thunderstorm warning here, and this is in effect till 7:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for northern Madison, northwestern Delaware, southeastern Clinton, and eastern Howard, northeastern Boone, Hamilton, and Lipton counties. We have a report here of near Van Buren. We have a report here of 3/4-inch hail. An inch and a quarter here. This is in Warren and Huntington, Indiana. And we have another report of quarter-size hail reported 1 mile south of Lancaster. And we have another one, inch and 3/4. This is 3 miles east of Somerset in Indiana, where there is hail. Okay. We have another one here for Warren in Pennsylvania. And this is in effect until 8:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And at 7:34, right before we came on, right after we came on, actually, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Spring Creek to near Titusville, moving east at 55 miles an hour. Hazard would be 60-mile-an-hour gusts. Expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Warren, Sheffield, Youngsville, Spring Creek, Scandia, Grand Valley, Warren South, Garland, Kinzu Dam, Chapin State Park, and Starbricks. All right, so that's a new one that's in. You could take at that line here in Pennsylvania. It's in this area here as soon as it loads up. We have a report here of roof damage in Fowler, Ohio. This is in Trumbull County. Portions of the roof landed in a cornfield. Two-story residential structure, well built. So it's with this line right here, severe thunderstorms. All right, so we have severe thunderstorms with this line, with this cold front. This cold front will move through the east, bring colder temperatures over the weekend, back to winter, and then it'll gradually moderate during the week. Okay, so that is it for now. That is a long range weather forecast discussion for March 29th to April 12th. Thank you for stopping by.